Years of experience into phone accessory business, and I've learned the following. The first one is a better place is better than huge capital, right? If you've spotted a very, very nice place, it's better than you having a very huge capital. You know what? This is what I really rate. In my first starting, when I was starting, I made a very big mistake. What I did was I spotted a spot where I thought to myself it is a good one because it was affordable, and then also like it was much better than it was easy to access anyway. That's what I would say. But guess what? Like what I would make within a week, guys, it was just insane. I couldn't even manage to pay up the lanes very well for the land at that particular time. Why? Because it was a very, very long race and there was no traffic. Now, the best thing that you can ever do, the best thing you can do for your business is to spot a better place for yourself. Spot a place that is busy, a place where you have a lot of people passing through, a place where you have a lot of traffic. That's what is really important. You can even have a very small capital, but if you have a better place, you'll be making larger sales that will also make you grow as faster as possible. Now, if you are this person that has a lot of money, a lot of capital, and you are starting up and all that stuff, then you come to be in a very isolated place, the place that is not even known so much to people, the place that it will take a lot of time for people to get to know about you. That will be a very difficult place because it will actually give you problems. Look at this. When I started with that wrong press, I call it a wrong press because of what was happening there. Look at this. The first time I made a sale was actually after about 2 weeks of working. 2 weeks without anyone coming to buy from me. You see that? But the very moment that I shifted from that place, I came where I am right now. On that very day, I made the sales that I could have made in just the 2 weeks that I was spending that side. Like I could make sales after 2 weeks. You see that? But when I came over here, the sales that I was making in 2 weeks that side, when I came over on the place that was nice, then I could make that very sales in just a day. Look at that. That's how good it is. So it doesn't matter how much you have. It doesn't matter so much of the money you have. It doesn't matter how good the products you have. But what matters is a spotlight where people are able to see. It's okay. There is somebody there who can be able, and even the places where someone can even point to say, okay, go and check from that side. Now you are in that place where for someone to direct someone to you, they would start explaining. They'll need to lighten up. No, when you pass to the side, when you pass, it doesn't really work like that with business. Mainly a business that is not seen cannot be bought. That's what we say. Amakwewa shimoneka dashtwa ekibembe ekyo bani. So make sure that you're at the place that is easily spotted by people. This will increase on the likelihood of sales. And number two is actually you have a lot of struggles when you be starting. You have a lot of struggles when you're starting. Guys, there are just so many things that you can't even predict. So many troubles, so many things that you can't even predict. Some of the things, if I start talking about them, you might think I'm joking. Guys, one, it will be a struggle to marketize yourself. It will be a struggle, like even these places we are talking about, for you to just spot one, that will be a struggle. And if when you start working, it will be a struggle for you to just hit, for you to just be at a point where people now know you and they would love to buy from you and all that stuff. So much struggle, guys. So much struggle. You spend a lot of time, studying and trying to see how best you can make your business and all that stuff. Sometimes even your sales as you are starting can even some of the struggles I went through, like the sales are not even better to pay your rent. You see, there are also these moments whereby you are selling but you are selling, of course, but you have not even made any profits. So it becomes a struggle to keep the business running. So there's just too many struggles that you have to face as you are starting. Okay, but one thing is for sure, I'm not telling you this to scare you, but I'm telling you this to get you aware, so that when you meet such struggles, you know how best you can navigate them. There will be struggles, and there will be real struggles. Some of the struggles might be you don't know the quality of the stuffs you might need to buy. Some of the struggles might be you don't know where exactly can you get the items that you need. Those are some of the struggles that you might go through. So many struggles. But one thing is for sure, when you just hold what you want to do, you definitely do it, right? And number three, I've learned in my first 4 years is that side, the greatest enemies to this business, as you are starting the business of one accessories, there are just three greatest enemies. The first one is food. Second is clothes. The third is the length. When you get a better way about around these three things, you'll be a good person. Look at this. When you be getting started, mainly you need food to eat as while you're working. Whether you've made sales or you've not made sales, you need to eat. These were the enemies. These were the little issues that I would face. And now, sometimes there are all these issues whereby maybe you just sold one thing and still you want to eat. So you get the same sale that you have made and you buy food. On that particular day, you get home without any money. You see? Without any money. And then you are working and the day is gone. Right? So what am I telling you? There are so many enemies, and that's why I don't think you should have enemies. You know, you've got better enemies. Food, clothes, length. Those are real enemies. Those are the things that you really need to be fighting with a lot, and not people. Forget about people. These are real enemies. A real enemy is when you need to get a cloth when you only made a sale that is lesser than the shit you want to buy. Those are real enemies. Like you really need to pay rent at home and you've not made adequate sales. You need to pay rent. You've not made adequate sales for the rent of the shop. You see, these are some of the real enemies that you need to be struggling with. But let me tell you this: be mindful of the food you eat. Okay, I know you'll be working in town, but don't eat too much expensive food. If possible, cook some food home. These are the issues that will drag you down, not to go forward. Cook some food home, get the food, eat where you are. So that's the number one enemy. Secondly, don't go for those expensive, clothes. Those they'll hinder you from getting the stock that you need, guys. So particularly get some good, nice clothes, not very expensive. Yeah, you can even get Salaula. Get such, those that are real cheap, but they're nice. I mean, look at the t-shirt I'm putting on. It's cheap, but it's nice. It's not looking bad, man. This is what you need to do. If right now, if I want, I can get a shirt for 500 kwacha. I can get a shirt for $10, for $50. I can get any type of a shirt, but I don't want to do that. Why? Because I'm mindful of the business. Okay, we don't want to get the money and then you start struggling because you bought a shirt. That's nonsense. You see, so make sure that the clothes you wear are much better. The length you are paying, especially home, the home you are staying in, make sure that it's a home that is accommodatable. Don't get a very huge, home that will require you to have a lot of, a lot of rent and all that. Forget about that. Just go in, as long as you are sleeping, man, and especially if you are single, you know, as long as it's alone, there's a bedroom there. That's okay. Forget about all those fancy things. They'll come later. For now, you need to build this business. So these are the real enemies that I have seen in my learning of phone accessories. Right. Another lesson that I have learned is actually if you are not shy, you win. Let me pause there. If you're actually not shy, you will win. Guys, if everybody showed you where they are coming from, no one could accept. If successful people can show you ways they have moved into, no one would accept that this is what I want to go through. No one will do so. So guys, what is it now? Make sure you're not shy. Guys, when you are shy, you will never do anything in this life when you're shy. Look at this. Whatever that you want to do, there will also be people that will be looking down on you and all that stuff. And sometimes it's maybe because of lack of capital. If the capital is small and all that stuff, just doing something small, it's not easy, guys. You feel shy about it. Sometimes you might not even want to do it and all that stuff. Look at this. But my own advice I can tell you is that don't feel shy. Guys, just don't feel shy. Just do your thing. Nowadays, I don't care, man. I don't care. How is this one going to look at me? How is my people going to look at me? I don't care about that. What I care about is what I want to do. I do it. Whether it's small, whether it's big, I don't care about that. So the best thing that you can do right now is shake yourself from being shy. Okay? Be bold enough to tell people what you're doing. Okay, I'm starting this business and this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And on the contrary, sometimes you might think people don't want to support you when they actually want to support you. You've never just come out to say this is what I'm doing, and to be easy for them to support you. So make sure that you are not shy. Be brave and be strong and courageous over the things that you want to say, over the things you want to do. Okay. The other lesson I've learned in my past ways is actually manage the little. Manage the little. We are always thinking ahead. We are always thinking big, but forgetting what we have right now. Look at this. It's the only principle of management that I have employed. That's why you're able to watch me today. If I never did that, you can never watch me today. But it's because I applied the principle of management. I managed every little that I had, and that's why it succeeded. And today I can even turn this YouTube and tell you to say do this. Why? It's because we manage the little. Okay, don't think you need very big money and all that. No. Sometimes you need the necessary skills. Sometimes you need just your financial discipline. Be disciplined. In my previous videos or in my previous posts, especially on Facebook, I always emphasize and tell people to actually, be stingy at some point for you to do things that you actually need to do. I mean, why do you want to give your girlfriend, your boyfriend money when you know when you give them it is going to affect your business? Never do that. Make sure that you manage the little that you have. When you manage the little, then you can be entrusted with more. This is what I've learned, guys. And guys, the other thing also is actually about wake up early and also close late. Most of the times people wake up late and close early. This is very bad. I mean, what kind of a business that you want to wake up 8 hours, you open your shop, and then 16 hours you want to close? You are praying, man. When you start this thing, guys, just dedicate yourself, dedicate your time. Make sure that your time is there. Make sure your heart is there. There was a point in this particular business, there was a point in my journey where I loved my business such that I couldn't sleep home. I started sleeping at the shop. There was a point that I did that, and the results I can talk about that happened at that time, man, they're insane. You see, ikintu fye kyakishinga kyakowati nga wayibikapo fye, lesa tarekeresha. That's what I can tell you guys. Nga wayibikirishapo fye, lesa tetakurekeresha. Meaning that when you apply yourself, when you concentrate, when you give in all your efforts, God can never let you down. That is the truth. So guys, I could do that. I could sleep here, and when I sleep here, maybe I could close my shop at around 23 late in the night, and then I open it at around 5 to 6. That's what I would do, guys. So why was I doing that? I was increasing the number of hours as I was working. Remember, I left it to the number to concentrate here, so there's no way I'm gonna waste my time. So when I come here, I need to give in my all concentration. That's about it, guys. Again, the other thing that I have learned for the past few years I've been in this business is actually be at peace with everyone. Be at peace with everyone. Be it at church, be it at work, be it anywhere. Just be at peace with anyone. Why? Because you don't know where your help is coming from. So guys, most of the times we actually say, no, you concentrate on the business, but you forget also this other side. As you are moving, make sure that every deal you strike is not affecting the other. I mean, don't be that person to say, who wants to do business, who wants to strike a deal, it gets successful on the expense of other people. Don't you ever do that. Make sure that whatever that you're doing is pure, it's not affecting anyone, and it's just within your lane. Never have enemies. I mean, don't enter into church politics trying to fight this. You're just a young man trying to build your life. Forget about everything. Concentrate on the things that you want to do. People will always be people. There are always people that will like you. There are always people that will hate you. So the best is, don't care about who hates you. Don't care about look at me, guys. I don't care about anyone who likes me. I don't care. Then I don't care about anyone who hates me. I don't. The only thing I care about is business. That is all. Right now, if at all, you can shout at me, you can insult me, but on the next 1 hour, you call me to do business. We will do it perfectly as if we never even met. That's the level I am, guys. I don't actually care about anything. Please, never have enemies with anyone. Business is tough in itself. It needs your like mind. Doesn't need you to sit and say, you look at one person and say, that one, what it did to me, forget. Look at this. When a snake bites you, don't run around trying to find the snake and tell it how it felt when it bit you. When the snake bites you, look at the ways and the means you can neutralize the poison. Don't think about how best you can revenge it. Don't think about, no, let me find it and kill it. No, don't think about, no, I should explain to the snake that I didn't deserve the treatment it gave me. Don't think about that. The only thing you should think about when a snake bites you is the remedy, the solution. You are going to die if you do so. So don't waste time. So that's another lesson also. The last but not the least is don't rush into building. Don't rush into building, especially building and also buying of cars. You know, sometimes business can cheat you. It might tell you to say, okay, now it's big, you can start building and all that stuff. Guys, building will cost you a lot of money, but what you need is to build yourself. You look at this, you can actually build a very large mansion in just 2 months. It is very much possible. Okay, but a business, you can't build it in 2 months. You see, that's why whatever that you are doing, make sure that your business is being built. And when you reach at the point to say, let me buy a car, it's not the money that is going to affect you. It's not the money that is going to affect your business. When you say, let me build my home, it's not your money that's going to be affected. So make sure that, guys, whatever you do with this business, make sure it's solemnly built on the business. You are building the business and growing the brand. Let the building, buying of the cars come later. Okay? So for now, it's Baba. And if you like the video, subscribe, like, comment, and share.